welcome back to Doom Eternal Part 5. So, I know I always say this, but I am going to be doing things differently, but only for Doom Eternal, because whenever I try and play this game and talk, because the gameplay is more intense than games like Resident Evil 4 or Deus Ex, for example, my attention gets taken purely by the game and I'm left a gibbering mess. So I thought, for the benefit of everyone and including myself, so I don't sound like just the worst person ever, I'm going to keep Doom Eternal with the post-gameplay commentary, and then Deus Ex and Resident Evil will get the live gameplay commentary with the webcam. Mostly because Doom Eternal isn't exactly a game that's going to elicit an emotional response from me, so it's not going to be like you're going to need to hear me like umming and awing over, I don't know, say maybe Doomslayer finally realises that maybe his pet Daisy was the true ruler of the underworld after all this time. Where games like Deus Ex, obviously you need to think, you need to make decisions, and being able to like vocalise in real time why I'm making those decisions might be better. And then for like Resident Evil 4, because the game isn't as frantic, I should be able to stay coherent and actually, you know, like talk while I play. But we'll have to see how it goes as it goes. To be fair, this week, like the gameplay for this episode, I'm actually, I'd go as far as to say I'm proud of it. I actually managed to perform, unlike the last few episodes where it has been just the worst. I actually get some semi-decent gameplay off. I'm finally getting a little bit more comfortable with some controls. There's still some flubbering about. There's because, as I'm sure many of you have as well, I have the extra buttons on the side of the mouse. So sometimes when I'm like rotating, I might like hit the button by accident. So there's times where you'll see me like fire off a grenade or like try and swing the chainsaw, because those are bound to those additional buttons on the mouse. Like right there, for example, I was just readjusting my grip on the mouse and let off, because my flame belch is tied to the middle mouse button. But yeah, I actually get off some pretty good gameplay this time. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Ignore this bit. This bit is just poor timing with my choice of words. I'm still getting used to hitting the shift key. My pinky finger isn't used to like hitting it multiple times to do a dash. Like I'm used to like holding it down to sprint, or just pressing it once and letting go to like sprint. Here, for example, is just a prime example of me not knowing what I'm doing. But it gets better from here. Yeah, so I finish off this part of the cultist base. We get just shy of the boss fight at the next level. That's why this video ran a little bit longer than planned. You'll also notice around 11 minutes in, almost 12 minutes in, that there will be a cut. That's purely because the file size, I discussed this last time as well, the file size for this game, recording it with NVIDIA, ends up always being something like 7 or 8 gigabytes. And because the overall recording of this came close to like 35 minutes, I decided to trim out. Not trim out, what am I saying? I decided to cut, and then I started to play, realised I didn't hit the record button, so reset the checkpoint, then started recording. So that's why there is a cut, for file size sake, even though really adding on another file anyway kind of defeated the purpose. Yeah, now I've said it out loud, it was kind of a no point. But you know, that's something you should come to expect of me by now. Oh, hindsight's 2020, ain't it? But yeah, no. So I have a plan because I uploaded all 3 of the last lot of gameplay on the same day. But I have a plan on making sure I'm not overwhelmed by it all. So you'll be receiving Doom Eternal on oh, excuse me. So the plan will be, with the exception of this week, you'll be receiving Doom Eternal on a Monday, Resident Evil on the Wednesday, and Deus Ex on the Friday. That way, when I eventually do return to work, I will have time in between episodes to record and edit, and it also allows me to carry on working on things like the reviews. So hopefully, if I can stick to this schedule, there'll be regular content, and there'll be all of the content you've come to expect from me by now. I am going to say it outright, that top 10 songs list idea I had, I scrapped. I tried a few times to write the script, and honestly, because I don't know what I'm on about when it comes to things like music, I end up writing overly long entries for specific songs. Ultimately go on tangents that have nothing to do with the songs. I don't know why I do that. I suppose it's just a character flaw, like I'm an over-explainer. But then you've probably realised that by now if you've watched like the last 3 of these. But for the time being, plus there's this whole like copyright thing going on right now over in like America, where like you could apparently get jail time or something stupid like that for copywritten music. I don't know if that is going to extend over here. So far nothing's been said about the UK receiving similar copyright laws. But I imagine YouTube will enact this as an umbrella enforcement, basically meaning that they'll just do it entirely over the platform, so if you have anything copywritten at all, you'll immediately get flagged regardless of your region. So I intend to avoid that by not playing copywritten music in a list, especially if I'm going to have like 10 songs back to back with like a minute long entry each. So one, things are a little bit more clear in terms of what can and can't be done in terms of doing that. I mean, I know I could make the argument it's transformative, you know, I'm reviewing it, it's critique or whatever, but I happen to be one of the people on Earth who have just the worst luck when it comes to anything I attempt, so I'd rather not lose my channel instantly. But yeah, I also realised I've been doing this uploading now properly for about half a year now, making semi-regular content. I suppose I can call it regular content, you know, like I'm putting out at least 1 video a week. And yeah, it's been half a year since I redid my top 10 list. Since I've done that, a few games have come and gone, or I've played through and have decided they belong on that list, but excuse me, I'm not going to be redoing the list again. It's like I'm also, after my next review video, I will be redoing the Majora's Mask review, because I feel like even though it hasn't been super long, I feel like I am more comfortable and a little bit more articulate in being able to make points on games. So I will be redoing the Majora's Mask video after the next review, which in the Resident Evil 4 video I almost gave away entirely. That's why you kind of got like that jump scare noise. Didn't mean for that to be so loud, but I did have a couple of my friends who watched that tell me that basically when I hit like that TV static noise to cover the name of the game, I left a few brown stains. So that's always fun. I'm not apologising, but that should be coming up soon. There was a few technical hitches going on, which has prevented me from starting the recording side of it to start getting like the actual view recorded. But if all goes well and the editing for this video and the other recordings go smoothly, I should at the very least start recording tonight, if not tomorrow. And it's a short video. I've said this before, it was a short video. So it shouldn't take too long. There's not much to say about it. I'm debating if I should just say what it is in advance. Because again, it's not a big deal. It's not like something you're all going to be like, oh my god, you know, like finally, fuck, where's this been? I'll just say it because trying to beat around the bush with it it's something I'm going to trip up on, and then no one's going to be mad, but I'll be mad at myself. You won't care at all, really, but so I'm going to be doing my next review on the PS1 title of The Emperor's New Groove, the movie tie-in game. I replayed it recently. I wrote the scripts basically the day after I finished playing it, and then it's just been getting around to recording it. It's like I said in the last video, there's not much to talk about in this game because really there's not a lot going on. I don't know if you've ever played it. I'm sorry if it's like one of your childhood, like, oh my god, that game was amazing. Yeah, it wasn't. But again, my review will be for that, will be coming out soon, followed up by the Majora's Mask re-review, and then obviously, like I said, you will be getting your regular Let's Plays, so that should be fun. On the topic of the fact that it's been 6 months, one of the first videos I did where I was on camera was talking about Persona 5 Royal, and I made a passing comment in one of my videos, I can't remember, when it had a few hundred views, and that was an incredible thing for me, like, to just see that number go to, like, I think I said like 300 at the time, and then like within a week it went up to 700 views, and it's now, let me pull it up real quick. I'm gonna talk while I do it, so there's no awkward cut. Just gonna ramble a little bit, stall for time, because I don't know. Apparently, internet connections don't like the winter or something, because my internet is slow as balls today. So the page is just loading. I know this is all the exciting commentary you all came here for. So let's see. I published Persona 6 in November. What am I? Oh, bloody hell. I published Persona 6 in August. So that's August, September, November. So it's been 3 months, and in 3 months it's gone up to now just over 1,500 views, which is just incredible. And I've just seen the amount of comments on there. I've got 69 comments. You know how it is. But yeah, that's mind-boggling. The only other video I've got that comes close to that, which is actually rapidly catching up, is an old speeder I did of Rayman like 2 years ago, which is sitting at 1,485 views. So it's literally only something like 30 views behind, which was unexpected. My Resident Evil 8 theory video has done really well. That's on 360 views at the moment. Yeah, I think I need to do another video where I like give thoughts and opinions on potential games in the future. I was like a couple of times I've attempted to talk about games like a potential Metal Gear Solid 6, especially with the rumours about Metal Gear Solid remake being a thing that was meant to be shown off at the Game Awards, that rumour kind of piqued my interest in what a potential Metal Gear Solid 6 game would be like, so I might attempt to get that actually done, because I feel like some of my ideas on there are fairly good. But then I said the same thing about Resident Evil 8 as well, and some people actually call bullshit on that, which, fair enough, yeah. You know, again, hindsight is, you think it's a good idea, and then someone points out that it wouldn't work, and yeah, no, I don't disagree with any of the counterpoints people have made in that video or the Persona 6 video. So it's what the discussions are there for. It's so I can throw some ideas at the wall, and you guys can bounce off those ideas. That was the whole point of them. So the fact that that's happened is great. So I might try that with the Metal Gear Solid 6 video, and then at the same time with the Game Awards, we were rumoured to apparently get a teaser for the next Silent Hill game. Again, these were rumours. There was like no real proof of it, other than like some people pointing out that like Jeff Keighley made like a random tweet that like got everyone excited. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about Silent Hill before. Again, my channel's had like a strange focus on like horror and survival horror, because I've had the Resident Evil 4 video, Silent Hill 3, I'm playing Doom Eternal, which is not survival horror, but you know, it was considered a horror game back in the day. It's just an over-the-top FPS now. And then the Resident Evil 4 Let's Play, which is just kickstarted, so I don't know. I didn't plan on it. And I'm not gonna switch anything up time soon. I'm not gonna now start having a focus on non-horror games. In all honesty, I don't know how I came about like deciding on what topics to talk about. Like, the Zelda video came about purely because Majora's Mask is my favourite game. I'm not going to lie, there is a current contender for my new favourite game in Persona 5 Royal, because that game is just incredible. But I think they're just going to have to be like, you know, like children. You can't pick a favourite. You might have a favourite and just never admit it. But that's the stage I'm at right now. I'm not going to be picking favourites. But the rest of them, I don't know. They just kind of come to me. It's like one of those eureka moments, you know, like an absolute spark of genius. I think, yes, that'll do, and then I do it. That's it. That's my thought process. If you ever wondered how I come up with my video ideas, that's it. I mean, obviously, I had like the viewer request videos, like Bugs Bunny, X-Files. Cry of Fear. Cry of Fear was actually a really fun one to do, because Cry of Fear, even before I can't even remember who suggested it. No, I'm blanking. No, I can't remember. Sorry. I know you were chuffed to bits with the result of the video, but yeah, no, Cry of Fear is a game that I play semi-regularly, so when someone was like, could you talk about it? I was like, hell yeah. Bugs Bunny was a nostalgia trip. It wasn't as good as I remembered it. But again, it's a game I'll probably pick up in a couple of years and be like, oh my god, I remember this game. Wind Waker. Wind Waker, after the Majora's Mask video, was saying I was going to talk about anyway. But then obviously that got requested by my friend Nana. There's not much else to say, really. That's literally it. But from the looks of it, you guys are enjoying the content. Again, you're always welcome to subscribe and stick around if you want to see this channel grow. If you want to add your 2 cents in the comments of a theory video, if you want to suggest something for me, again, always welcome. But yeah, I think 2020, as shite as it was, did open up a few opportunities for me to start working on this channel. And while I hope 2021 is better for everyone, I'm hoping it doesn't get so bad with COVID that, you know, it starts to remove opportunities from me. Because this has been... It's been interesting, it really has. So I notice I tend to go off topic, like you're here to watch Doom gameplay, and here I am talking about my life story. But that's the problem. I could be talking about like my mindset in, you know, like what was I doing here? What was I thinking? Why did I like fire that ice grenade? Why am I just punching? I don't remember if this level is like the first encounter with Carcass. I think there was... But Carcass is one of the 2 enemies in the game I genuinely cannot stand. Like, if they removed Carcass from this game, I would not be mad. For the same reason as Whiplash, like he's got ranged attacks, you know, he's got his shields, like he's area denial, but that shockwave can fuck off. But again, that's just me being like whingy, you know, like learn the Doom dance, you know, fucking 1-2 step around him and just blow his head off. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. This game is so much fun. In the first video, I said Doom 1 was probably my favourite of the 2. And I was probably lying to myself at that point. I liked Doom 2016's setting more. I liked how it was more scientific based. It was literally like hell versus human science, and all of the demon designs were a lot more visceral and bloody. Like, I always point to the Revenant as being one of the best examples of how much the art style has changed, like how drastically enemy designs are. Because not a lot of people would notice a difference. Like, they'll think, oh, you know, the imp got some back spikes and the Cacodemon is now a lighter shade of red and has a pupil. But if I remember, I'll put up little things on the screen. If I don't remember, then don't worry about it. But the Revenant from Doom 2016, it's more bloody. Like, it's got the missing pupils, there's like blood in and around limbs and on its face that makes it suggest that like skin has been ripped off. Where Doom 2016, the design, Doom Eternal's design is really clean. Like, yeah, you can still see the organs, like the lower intestines and whatever. But they kind of made, I'd almost go as far as to say it's more cartoony, but that really wouldn't be the right word. It's a lot more clean. There's not like blood smears all over it. Some of the designs, like the rivets in the exoskeleton, are more pronounced and, you know, not rusted, and the cannons are a lot more, I believe they're bigger. Like, working off the top of my head, I think the shoulder mounted cannons are a little bit bigger and more smoothed out in their design, like more streamlined. They're not as technologic. I'm going to pull up a picture of the Revenant just so I don't sound like an absolute idiot. I mean, I'm going to sound like one anyway, but yeah, so I've just pulled up a picture here. So, like, the shoulder-mounted cannons are larger. The induction vent on the chest, I don't know if that's the correct term, but it sounds smart, so I'm going to keep that. It's larger. It's not as bright. The tubing that goes into the arms of the Revenant and into, like, the intestines and around the legs in Doom 2016 is either removed or just made smaller and orange. It's not a horrible design at all, but it's a bit too cleaned up for my taste. I do genuinely prefer like the Revenant in Doom 2016, like the blood frames the face, so like you can see like the temples, you can, like, the eyes are sunken and red. It is more horrific. It's the same with like who was it? It wasn't Pinky. Pinky's only real change was the colour change. The Caco Demon, they just added a different shade of red and they gave it a pupil, like I said. Sorry, I'm Googling these as I do it, just, you know, so I can prove a point to myself. I actually, funnily enough, as much as I say this, I actually prefer Doom Eternal's Caco Demon over Doom 2016's Caco Demon. It's probably my favourite design overall, because well, you obviously have like the original Meatball design, which everyone makes fun of from like the original Doom trilogy. Then you've got that absolutely like stupid design from Doom 3, which I don't know what they were going off there, but you can see traces of that kind of followed up in Doom Eternal and Doom 2016, because Doom 3's one had like, it was like a weird hand under it. It looked like a chicken nugget with claws. And they've kind of, the original Caco Demon obviously didn't have arms or hands, and they've put like these weird vestigial limbs on the newer ones. Which I really do like the look of. The pain elementals in this game, obviously we couldn't compare them to anything from Doom 2016, are sick. I love the design of the pain elementals. The Archvile, it's alright. In one of the later videos, like I'll bring it up now, I mean I don't have much time left on this video. But I've noticed, and I don't think I've seen anyone else talk about this, but the Gladiator boss fight in, I believe it's a Taurus Nabad episode level. I could be wrong, because it's not Exaltia. I can't remember. It's one of the returns to the Sentinel world. You fight the Gladiator, who his face is like the original Baron of Hell design face. Like in Doom, you had like the Baron of Hell's face up on the wall. And the Gladiator, I think, looks like that, but I'll talk about that more when we get to that episode. But I didn't realise how long I'd actually been talking for, and we've now come up to the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me waffle on for 25 minutes. Resident Evil 4 will be coming up next for you. I hope to see you there. If you don't mind listening to me prattle on, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.